Welcome to DIY Design by CCW, DIY Design for the 21st Century. My name is Candy and I'm the host of this channel. Now let's get into this video. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to DIY Design by CCW. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, guys, it is July 2020. Can you believe that? This year is just flying by. And believe it or not, we only have 5 months to get ready for Christmas. So what I want to do is do a little mini-series. And the title of that mini-series is going to be Christmas in July. Now, okay, it's July. We may not want to think about Christmas, but you know what? The best way to have a fantastic holiday and holiday season is to start planning early. So for this particular series, it's going to be a series of 4 videos, and this being the first one. And basically in these videos, what we're going to talk about and what I'm going to discuss and share with you is some ideas and ways that I've discovered to help prepare for the holidays. Now, the first thing I always do, I don't know about you guys, but the first thing that I always do when I start thinking about the holidays is I write a list. I am a huge list maker. Anybody in my family or anyone that's really close to me will tell you that I live by my date book and my list. And I'm always writing lists and revising them and checking them off. So that's the first topic we're going to discuss in this series is in preparing for the holidays, make a list. So the first list that I usually make is, I think about my budget. And when I think about my budget, I think about what I can spend for the holidays without impacting, my other responsibilities, making sure that I'm not taking away from household accounts and bills and things like that. Now, I haven't shared this with a lot of you, but I'll share it now. I raised 3 children. All of my children are adults now. And I was married very young, and my kids are now, in their 40s. And I have grandchildren and I have children. Obviously, I have grandchildren and great-grandchildren is what I meant to say. And so that's a lot of gifts to buy. And when my children were growing up, Christmas was a bit of a challenge because I was divorced from their father when my last child was just an infant. And so therefore, most of those years that I was raising my children, Christmas was something that I did alone. And in order to have the best holiday season that I could for them, the only way I could do it would be to start with a list. And the top thing I would do is set a budget. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about today. How do you determine the budget for your holiday? And how do you determine what you need to spend and where those resources need to go? So obviously, when it comes to the holidays, number one, you want to buy gifts. So what I would do is make out a list of everyone that I want to purchase a gift for. So the first list we're going to make and put together and would be our gift list. Who do we want to buy gifts for? Now, then after that list is done, and after you've prepared that list, the next list is you want to look at what you'd like to spend on each of those gift items. So if this is a close family member and you really want to show them some love, You give them a higher, obviously, dollar amount. If it's one of your children or grandchildren, great grandchildren, like I have in my case, you may want to buy multiple gifts for that individual. So you need to think about that and determine how much you're able to spend on on each individual gift, and then what your total budget is for that particular person. The third thing to consider when you're building that list is also, do you have to ship the gifts? One thing I've learned to do, since most of a lot of my family, children, grandchildren live in different states, is gift cards. Finding that mailing gift cards is a lot cheaper than purchasing gifts and trying to ship them. So that's something that you can consider. But if you do plan to mail gifts, then you need to think about purchasing that gift a little earlier. You need to also add to that gift total how much it's going to cost to ship that particular gift. So you'll need to do that research and make sure that you include that. Now, another thing that we overlook when we prepare our gift lists, there may be people, what about coworkers? Coworkers, some you're maybe very close to, and you may want to purchase a gift. If you are a supervisor or you own a company and you have people that work under you, you want to purchase something for each one of them typically, so you want to include that in your list. And don't overlook your Christmas cards, your holiday cards. Make sure that you have a budget for those. And how do you want to mail them, send them? Do you want to do e-cards? Do you want to do snail mail? Do you want to buy a box of assorted holiday cards? Do you want to buy individual holiday cards? What do you want to do? So that should also go on your list. So once you work through all of that, now you should at this point be able to determine, at least when it comes to gifts, how much you want to spend or how much you can spend, and maybe come up with two numbers, what you'd like to spend. Start there. And then if you have to eliminate something because it doesn't fit in the overall budget, then you know that you need to eliminate it. Now, another part of the holidays, of course, is decorations. So another thing that I do is go through each of my holiday decor items that I already own, pull them out, get them organized, make a list of what I have, and make a list of what I'd like to include. And really that's going to be based on a particular theme. So if this year maybe I want to do a winter wonderland theme, let's just say, then I'm going to go through and list everything I have and look to see what items I would have that would already apply to that theme, and what items I would need to purchase. And so there's another budget item that I'm going to have to consider. Also, when you're doing this, make sure that you plug in your lights, things like that, because you don't know if you need to replace those. They may look like they work, but if you don't plug them in and test them, you won't know that. See if you have replacement bulbs and things like that. Now, I don't know if you do this, but I'm a big, I shop out of season a lot of times. So many years I will have a lot of new items that I purchased at the end of season the year before. So I usually pull those out and look to see, what I have. Think about the gift wrapping paper, the bows, how you want to decorate the gifts. If you're mailing gift cards, you want envelopes, things like that. So all of that should be on your gift giving list as you think about your budget and all of that. All of that should be worked in. So then the last item that I always like to consider is, and not that it's not it's the least important item, it's just this is the order that I do it in, is, am I going to entertain during the holiday season? And if so, what will I need to buy? And is there anything that I'm going to want to do to my home to prepare? And then if I'm going to entertain, or even if it's just going to be close family and friends, whatever, what kind of food I want to serve. And then I'm going to set a budget for that. So those are my lists that I prepare, for as I begin my holiday planning. So the next series that we're going to have, or the next video in this series, we're going to go down into some of these lists that we've created today and talk about how we plan for each of those things. So we'll deal with the gifts, we'll deal with the holiday decor, we'll deal with the menu planning, and so on. So again, I hope that you watch this series, and I hope you get something out of it. And again, if you like this video, please comment, like, share, all of that good stuff. And if you're not a member of this channel, I hope you'll subscribe today. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this Christmas in July series. Bye-bye.